Alright guys, Spain have just beaten Sweden by a goal to nil to officially book their place at the 2022 Qatar World Cup. And I think if you're a Sweden fan, you'll be a bit disappointed with that, partly because of the performance on Thursday against, who did they play on Thursday? Georgia, that's it. To lose 2-0 to them is shocking. I mean, tonight wasn't their greatest performance ever, but again, they probably should have scored at least once tonight. Forsberg had a couple of decent chances in the first half, volley and a solo dribble, then a shot just outside the box. But Spain completely dominated the first half without actually really doing anything with it. The only player who really looked like doing it with anything with the ball this evening was Dani Olmo for Spain. They had a lot of possession, but did basically nothing with it in the first half. The start of the second half was quite entertaining, but both teams went for it a bit more. Spain made a few substitutions, brought Morata on and also Rodrigo, and they made a bit of a difference. From then, Spain started to create a few more chances, but again, they were mostly wasted. Morata missed a good couple of chances, which he definitely should have done better with. But I felt Sweden's manager, Anderson, I can't remember his first name, made a few poor decisions. I understand bringing Ibrahimovic on, obviously, but to take off the player who looked like their best player in Dejan Kulusevski, I thought that was a poor decision, to be honest. And also to later take off Alexander Isak for Ibrahimovic. I felt both should have stayed on and just play free up front with Kulusevski on the right, Zlatan down the middle, and Isak on the left. But for some reason, he didn't do that. And I felt like that was partly Sweden's downfall, because as soon as Kulusevski and Isak came off, Sweden just struggled to really create anything. Like when Quaison came on, he didn't really have an impact at all. Spain, though, they had a few poor performers. Jordi Alba in particular, I thought had a terrible performance. Some of his crossing was atrocious. He's still eager to get forward, but you've got to remember the Jordi Alba that Barcelona signed that impressed everyone. It's like Euro 2012, I think it was. Yeah, because he scored that brilliant goal against Italy in the final. That Jordi Alba isn't the same Jordi Alba that is playing now. He's got nowhere near as much pace. He's still eager to get forward, but he's just not as good. And he hasn't been as good for the past 2 or 3 years, really. But yes, Sweden are through to the playoffs. And the last time I checked, as of recording this, because I'm doing this as soon as the final whistle went in the Spain-Sweden game, as last time I checked, so are Portugal. So could Ronaldo's final World Cup be at risk? Well, be the playoff be put back until spring at least. It's looking that way, because Mitrovic scored a last-minute winner in that game to make it 2-1 to Serbia. For some reason, my throat is absolutely killing me. It's been like this all week. What else was I going to say about the game? I thought, again, though, Gavi for Spain just looks incredible. He's every time it's the international break at the moment. Like, I like watching Spain because Gavi is absolutely brilliant. I genuinely think he could be like the next Iniesta or the next Xavi or David Silva. Probably more David Silva. But he looks incredible, I think, for Spain. But the winning goal for Spain came from a cracking shot by Dani Olmo, which Robin Olsen did really well to save, to be honest. It fell to Morata, and you're thinking, surely not this one. Because it's literally the goalkeeper's in front of him, he's scrambling to get to his feet. Morata's just got to put it into the back of the net, basically. He's got quite a lot of the goal to aim at. He takes a touch, and then you're thinking, oh shit, he's going to stutter it, isn't he? But no, it was actually quite a cool finish. He chipped it over the keeper at his feet. And obviously that goal's going to mean a lot to him, sending your country to a World Cup. But right at the end of the game, Sweden are putting the pressure on, and they have a corner. Ibrahimovic just throws himself at Azpilicueta, trying to make it look like Busquets pushed him, just like the master of the dark arts in Ibrahimovic. But for some reason, Ibrahimovic gets away with it. Like he doesn't get criticised for it, whereas someone like Sergio Ramos or Pepe, they get criticism for it. But I don't know why Ibrahimovic doesn't. But I get it, because I think it's funny. Whereas with Ramos and Pepe, I don't think it's funny. I just think it's like unsportsmanlike. But there's something about Zlatan, he manages to get away with it. But it is also 9 years to the day since Zlatan scored, in my opinion, one of the greatest goals of the last decade against England. The overhead kick from about 40 yards. And today, I can't remember the name of the player for Sweden, but there was a Swedish player who attempted a overhead kick. It wasn't quite as far out, but it was quite far out. It was like 30 yards maybe. And it would have been more impressive if this had gone top corner, because it had to go right in the top corner. But the keeper was unsure for a second or two, so that was quite interesting to see for a minute. But yeah, anyway, Spain are through to the World Cup. Sweden are, well, they're not really free because they already knew they were, but they're going to the playoff round. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.